Hey everyone, this is Jairo from the Grind Fitness and welcome to my channel. On this channel, you're going to learn how to take care of your body while we do this wonderful sport called Jiu-Jitsu. Everything from joint strength training classes to mobility classes, as well as yoga and many other professionals to teach you what is the best path for you and your Jiu-Jitsu journey. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You know what to do. Share this with somebody if you think this might help the community to be able to take care of their body for their journey on Jiu-Jitsu. Oos, guys. Hope to see you on the mat. What's up, guys? Welcome to another Sunday. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, kind of the little intro that I gave myself. So changing these recovery Sundays to donation-based. Anything that you could give would be greatly appreciated. If you live in South Florida, I teach at Black House MMA. I also teach at Mario Sperry's on Saturdays and Winners Training Center on Sundays at 10. So if you want to come take a mobility class, you want to learn how to control your body a little bit better, but do it like one-on-one in person, come see me at one of the gyms. Yeah, you'll like it. You'll enjoy it. Today we're going to do neck. So when you do a lot of inverting or a lot of smash passing, when you're basically trying to invert, we have a tendency to kind of kink up our neck a little bit. So usually it's muscular. You usually don't see like, not that it never happens, because I actually trained with a guy that it's actually happened to him before with where he's actually herniated or strained a couple of his vertebrae in his cervical spine. Usually you don't see that. It's usually muscular. Usually it has something, what's called the levator scapula muscle is usually the one that's a little kinked. You get overworked the sternocleidomastoid muscles, which is just the ones right here. And that's just from holding our head up in the when we're playing guard. So I'm just going to show you like just some real basic stuff here. It's going to be like a real short little class, but I'm giving you 4 different directions in order for you to kind of figure out where the discomfort is, because your head literally does a 360. So there's basically a bunch of muscles that kind of incorporate with each way. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just we're going to learn to do a neck car. So I'm going to turn to the side just real quick, just so you can see. So the goal here, the first thing is you want to kind of sit yourself in a position to where you're kind of stacking your frame. So if you notice I'm not sitting like this, the idea is to kind of stack your frame. So if you need to sit up against the wall or whatever it is, because you don't have the mobility in your hip or your back, try to do that, because the idea is for us to stack our skull over our spine, okay? From there, what I want you to think is kind of you're kind of mildly thinking like double chin. So you're kind of pulling your chin backwards so that the weight of your head is aligned over your spine, because what we're trying to do is do the maximal circle with our actual head. From there, all you're going to do is kind of flex down. You should feel like a pull in the musculature here. Then you're going to rotate to the left. So I'm going to turn again. You're going to rotate to the left. And then with your eyes, you're going to just kind of like try to do the biggest possible circle with your eyes and let your head follow with your eyes. Come down to the front, back to neutral. Then again, so think double chin, then bring your chin to your chest, rotate to the left, and then exaggerate the look with your eyes and take it slow. Back to neutral, reverse, double chin, chin to chest, rotate to the right, straight all the way around to the opposite side. Sorry about that, give me 1 second. And then repeat. Awesome. Now, working the same principle. Think double position. taking your right, cupping your own head. And just like what we do with the shoulder, if in the shoulder, when you are pulling on your head, but not pulling on your head. Just the weight of your hand is kind of bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder slowly. Trying to maximize that double chins position so that we're stretching basically our trap. Then from there, we're going to do the same pails and rails that we always do. So let me adjust here. Sorry, finding the right position for me to sit here. Then the pails is going to be pushing against the hand, and then the rails is trying to bring my head more towards my shoulder. Okay, so start pushing against the hand. Get to that 40% mark. Just hold that tension, hold that effort. Three, two, one. Try to bring my ear more towards my shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Hand goes back over your head, and then you relax the tension everywhere. Take a breath. Then repeat. Start pushing. Whew. I trained this morning, and I'm massively sore. My lower back and my back is all kind of sore, so it's actually uncomfortable for me to sit. So I changed position. Keep pushing against your hand. And rails. Again, bringing that ear towards your head, towards your shoulder, excuse me. More, 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 more. Dig, 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 dig. 2, 1, and relax. Oh, that was hard on me. And we're back to the C.A.R.s. So low irradiation. When I sorry about that, guys. You should be able to hear me now. It's gonna sound a little far away now. The battery died on my microphone. My apologies. So keep stretching. Now start pushing. Three, 2, 1. Bring that left ear towards that left shoulder. Left ear towards left shoulder as much as you can. And relax. Start pushing up against the head again. Push, 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 push. 3, 2, 1. Again, left ear to left shoulder. 2, 1. Ugh, relax. Oh, that side was really difficult for me. And again, same thing. Neck C.A.R.s. Just so you understand what we're doing conceptually. Conceptually, what we're doing is we're basically increasing the range of motion of the musculature, which then in turn increases the range of motion of your head or the rotation of your cervical spine. But for us, jiu-jitsu people, it really is more about musculature. Okay, the next one. How do I explain this one? Okay. The next one, we want to exaggerate the double chin. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring our chin towards our chest. But what I want you to think is that you're trying to elongate the back of the head or the back of the neck as if somebody was pulling your head up that way and shifting that double chin upwards like this. That makes sense. I'm exaggerating here so that you can see. That's what we want to do. Okay? That's the range of motion that you're going to try to mimic. So pull that double chin, bring the chin to your chest, interlock your fingers behind your head, and then just kind of allow the weight of your head to go down. Now the key to this is not round the spine. Don't round the spine. The key is we're trying to do as much flexion with the head and not the spine. So the spine has got to stay strong. That's why you got to be very conscious of how you're doing that position so that you're not asking your spine to help you with the range of motion. You're basically trying to get your head in its maximal flexion position. And even I have to like check myself a little bit. Okay, the pails is going to be pushing your head up into your hands, and the rails is going to be trying to bring your chin even more double chin inwards and towards your chest at the same time. Here we go, start pushing up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double chin even more. And then relax. Now I'm pretty sure on the camera, it doesn't look like my head is moving. Very, very small gains here. Here we go, start pushing up again. This part of your body is kind of like your ankle and your feet. Very, very small increases of range of motion. Keep pushing up. 3, 2, 1. Double chin it more. Pin your chin more towards your chest. See if you can really, really focus on pulling the head, the back of the head upwards at an angle. Double chin as well as bringing the chin towards your chest. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Attention everywhere. If you did a good job, you should not only feel it on like your neck area here, but you should feel it like around your spine, like in between your shoulder blades. Okay, back to C.A.R.s. That C.A.R. That was a horrible C.A.R. Sorry about that. Remember, 2 in one direction, 2 in the other direction. Awesome. Okay. The last one's going to look a little weird. But this is the most important one for us jiu-jitsu people. So we're gonna lay down flat. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch the front part of the neck here, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay down on your belly. You're gonna kind of cup your own hands and kind of allow your chin to kind of fall into it. From there, what you're literally doing is you're trying to push your chin upwards as you try to bring the back of your head backwards. Okay, if you're doing a good job, we're going to be stretching out those muscles, that sternocleidomastoid muscle I just finished mentioning earlier. This muscle gets overworked from us holding our head, holding guard. So I do this particular stretch after I have like a heavy jiu-jitsu gi day. Hold this position. The pales is going to be pushing down on the chin. Rails is trying to bring the chin up towards the ceiling more. Keep holding this position. Start pushing down on your chin. Three, 2, 1. Pull the chin up. Pull the head up. Look up. Try to follow your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Relax. See if you can get a deeper stretch. One more. Start pushing the chin down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin up. Lift, 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 lift. And relax. Oh. That was hard for me. Awesome. And one more round of C.A.R.s. What I notice when I do these neck stuff is that when I do the neck C.A.R.s and I'm actually doing the pales and the rails in each direction, I'm like attacking really deep muscles that I feel like almost like my head and my neck muscles are like afraid to do the large circle because the muscular fatigue kind of like your body doesn't understand. So it feels really, really weird when you're doing this. Awesome. And that's it, guys. It was a short class today. So we went 4 directions. Right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, downwards, and then up. For me training, for me kind of, basically getting a kink like every I would say like once every 2 months, I get some type of kink from either sleeping or training. What I've noticed is when I do a lot of inversions, forward rolls, playing a lot of the back game, or you're doing a lot of the inversion game, I notice it's left to right usually is where the kink is at. If I do heavy rolls and I'm doing a lot of gi training, I then get a lot of like fatigue here on the front part of the neck. And what we want to try to avoid, just understand that the longer you do jiu-jitsu, you will literally get like the best example is you see it in old people. You see it in old people is that as they get kind of older, they start kind of doing this. And that's because what's happening is gravity starts winning because they're getting weaker as they get older. In our particular case is that we get our muscles overworked because we're constantly in this position. So you want to try to avoid that because your bone structure is living tissue. So in other words, if the musculature changes the structure of the bone structure, because that's the bone structure changes according to what is outside forces, it will permanently stay that way. So you want to try to kind of counteract that by doing some of this stuff, especially the last one that we did where you're doing chin up, because you're doing the reverse of what the majority of our training is. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's one of the things that I kind of talk about in almost all my classes is that you got to understand that not just with jiu-jitsu, it applies to like every sport. The more you do the sport and the more hours you put into doing the sport, the less you move as a human. Your body starts forgetting how to function as a human being. It just gets better at doing the sport. And every sport has a very linear path where you're always moving in one direction. This way, this way, this way. With us, it's all flexion. It's all cramped, tight flexion, because this is how you protect yourself from somebody passing your guard or strangling you or whatever it is. So just kind of keep that in mind, that a lot of this stuff that is not just helps you feel better or increases your mobility, but literally helps you move as a better human. Because I don't know who's watching this, but eventually there's going to be a day that you're going to get older, and you don't want to be in a position to where you can do really good jiu-jitsu, but then you can barely walk to your car, or you can't get up and down out of your car because you have all musculature messed up from years and years of training. I've personally seen it. Many, many black belts that I've seen now that are in their, like over 45, 50, they've been training heavy for many, many years. It's not even acute injury where they, got heel hooked or something like that. It's just structurally they're all messed up. And that's what we want to try to avoid with all these classes. So even though it's mobility, really in essence, it's basically teaching you how to move better as a human being so that you can continue doing this jiu-jitsu thing and not be in pain and discomfort. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Oos, one more thing, share this. You know what to do. Don't forget, give me a little love if you can donate to it. I really greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys.